Imagine the world as you know it has collapsed. You've prepared, you've stockpiled, you've got the gear, but survival isn't just about having all the right items, it's about keeping them safe. Picture this: your neighbors, friends, even strangers, driven by desperation, will come looking for what you have. Your survival items, if noticeable, could turn you into a target. So how do you avoid this? The answer is concealment. It's the art of being prepared without painting a target on your back. It's about being invisible in plain sight, about ensuring your supplies remain your supplies. It's about keeping your generators quiet, your lights dim, your water storage discreet, your weapons hidden, your cooking smells contained, and your communication devices unnoticeable. These 10 items are the most noticeable in a survival situation, and the smartest ways to hide them could decide if you make it through. The sound of a running generator is like a beacon. That's a truth we cannot deny. In a world where power becomes a luxury, a generator's hum is as good as a dinner bell. So how do we combat this? Noise reduction strategies can be a lifesaver. Encasing your generator in a noise-reducing box or even building a soundproof shed can turn your generator from a beacon into a whisper. Shielding the sound is another crucial step. Strategically placed barriers can divert the noise away from prying ears. But what if we could make our power sources nearly silent? That's where solar power comes into play. Solar panels, hidden away from view, or battery banks tucked away in your basement can provide a stream of energy without the telltale hum of a generator. Remember, in a world where your survival depends on staying unnoticed, invisibility is the key when it comes to power sources. A lit home during a blackout is a glowing invitation. Picture this: the world outside is dark, and your home is the only one with a light on. That's a surefire way to draw attention to yourself. So how can you avoid becoming a beacon in the night? The first line of defense is blackout curtains. These heavy, often dark-colored curtains block out light from windows, keeping your home invisible from the outside. They're not just for the night either, they work wonders during the day too. Now, what about when you need to navigate your home in the dark? Enter red lights. These don't shine far and they won't give you away. Try using red LED lights or even red cellophane over a flashlight. And let's not forget about heat. A home too warm in winter or too cool in summer is suspicious. Opt for heating setups that maintain a low profile, like a wood-burning stove or propane heater. Remember, staying dark keeps you safe. Big blue barrels outside your house scream, "This family has water." It's like hanging a sign that reads, "Thirsty? Come and get it." But water is life, and you can't afford to share with every desperate passerby. So what can you do? Well, start by breaking it up. Instead of one massive barrel, consider multiple smaller containers. They're easier to hide and easier to move. Next, look at indoor options. Basements, closets, even under the bed. Anywhere out of sight can be a potential storage spot. But remember, water is heavy, so make sure the floor can handle the weight. Now, if you've got the space and the resources, consider burying an underground storage tank. It's a bigger project, but it provides a lot of water, quickly accessible and completely hidden from prying eyes. Remember, in a survival situation, hidden water storage can mean the difference between life and death. Everyone knows weapons equal power. In a world gone sideways, your firearms and ammunition can be the difference between life and death. However, the sight of a well-stocked arsenal can also make you a target. So how do you keep your firepower close at hand yet out of sight? The answer lies in clever concealment. Hidden safes, for instance, can be your best friends. Tucked away behind a photo frame, inside a wall, or under the floorboards, they provide quick access to weapons while keeping them hidden from prying eyes. False compartments, too, can be a lifesaver. Think hollowed-out books, furniture with secret drawers, or even custom-made compartments in your vehicle. Remember, the goal is to have your weapons accessible to you, but invisible to others. It's a delicate balance, but with a little creativity and strategic planning, you can maintain your defense without waving a red flag. Your weapons should be accessible to you, but invisible to others. Cooking smells carry farther than you think. This is a crucial fact that is often overlooked in survival scenarios. The aroma of food cooking can travel surprising distances, acting like an olfactory beacon to anyone nearby. In a situation where resources are scarce, that could spell trouble. So how do you keep your cooking activities low profile? One strategy is to opt for low-smoke cooking methods. This could mean using a rocket stove, which is designed for efficiency and produces less smoke than a traditional fire. Similarly, a solar oven can be a great solution, cooking your food silently and smokelessly. Sometimes the weather can be your ally. Cooking during windy conditions can help disperse the smell, reducing the chance of it reaching unwanted noses. Indoor cooking is another option, but be mindful of ventilation. You'll want to use a filtered exhaust system to ensure the smell doesn't leak outside. Remember this key point: scent control is as important as the food itself. Propane tanks, kerosene cans, and firewood piles attract desperate eyes. Having these in plain sight is like waving a flag that says, "Come, I have what you need." In a survival situation, this is the last message you want to send. So how can you store these crucial supplies without advertising your preparedness? First, consider storing fuel indoors or in hidden sheds. This keeps your supplies out of sight while still being accessible when you need them. Next, think about spreading your supply across multiple caches. This way, if one cache is discovered or compromised, you still have others to fall back on. Lastly, consider disguising your firewood. You can make it look like landscaping or construction material. This way, it doesn't stand out as a survival resource, but still remains handy for heating and cooking when the time comes. Remember, your fuel supply should be a secret to all but you. Keep it hidden, keep it safe. Radios and ham setups give you information, but visible antennas or constant chatter can draw attention. In the throes of chaos, communication is vital, but it can also be a beacon for unwanted attention. So how can you stay informed without giving yourself away? Consider using stealth antennas. These antennas are designed to be unobtrusive and blend into their surroundings, making them less likely to be spotted by prying eyes. If you have the space, running your gear in basements or closets can also be a smart move. These locations provide a natural barrier that can help shield your equipment from view. But remember, it's not just about hiding your gear. It's about being discreet in your use of it. Keeping your transmissions minimal and to the point reduces the chances of them being picked up and traced back to you. Be mindful of what you say, how often you transmit, and how strong your signal is. Keep your lines of communication open, but hidden. In a crisis, medicine is more valuable than gold. That's a fact. When the world around you is falling apart, these supplies can make the difference between life and death. But they can also make you a target if they're not well hidden. Think about it. Your medical supplies are not just band-aids and painkillers. They're antibiotics, trauma supplies, essential medications that could become scarce in a disaster situation. They are the lifeline that keeps you and your loved ones going. So how do you keep them safe? Storing your serious medical gear out of sight is key. Consider creating hidden storage spaces like false bottoms in drawers or secret compartments in furniture. These will keep your supplies concealed from prying eyes. Also, consider keeping a decoy first aid kit. This kit should have basic supplies that you're willing to share or lose. It can throw off anyone who might be snooping around, keeping your real stash safe. Don't forget to rotate your supplies, especially medications with expiry dates. Keeping them fresh ensures they're effective when you need them most. Your medical supplies are your lifeline. Keep them safe. Batteries, alcohol, cash, and silver can buy survival, but flashing them makes you a target. In the aftermath of a societal collapse, these items become incredibly valuable, allowing you to barter for essentials you may not have. However, if you're not careful, they can also make you a prime target for those who would rather steal than trade. Stashing your trade goods in a variety of small, spread-out caches is a wise strategy. This way, even if one cache is discovered, the rest remains secure. And remember, when you trade, only trade what you're willing to lose. It might be tempting to leverage your entire stock for a significant trade, but the risk is too high. A key point is discretion. Avoid showing off your wealth or your stockpile. The less people know about what you have, the safer you are. In a world where survival becomes the primary goal, invisibility is a shield. Keep your trade goods secure and hidden. Visible shelves of cans or bags of rice are an invitation. They might as well be a billboard announcing, all-you-can-eat buffet right here. It's not just about having a stockpile. It's about keeping it a well-guarded secret. The smartest approach is to hide your real supplies in plain sight. Consider hollowing out a section of your wall to create a false wall. It's a classic trick, but still effective. Your basement is another prime spot for hiding food supplies. It's cool, dark, and perfect for long-term storage. And don't forget the potential of disguised containers. A large, nondescript box in the corner of a room could hold a treasure trove of canned goods. But here's a twist. Keep a small decoy stash for show. It could be a few cans on a shelf or a small bag of rice in the pantry. This way, if someone does come snooping, they'll think they've hit the jackpot while your real stash remains undetected. Your food stockpile is your lifeline. Keep it hidden. If this gave you new strategies to keep your prep safe, hit that like button. It's not just about the gear you have, it's about how well you can protect it. Remember, in a survival scenario, staying invisible is as important as staying alive, so don't just stockpile, strategize. Now your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to subscribe to this channel. We've got a whole lot more survival and prepping content coming your way. We're here to help you get ready for anything, so let's make sure you don't miss a thing. And let's get a conversation going. Drop a comment below this video. Share your thoughts, your ideas, your fears, your victories. We're all in this together, and your insights could make all the difference for someone else. Which of these 10 survival items would you hide first? Remember folks, stay quiet, stay prepared, stay alive.